Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Broadacres. Our big bud has reached the end of the field over there. Now, I've loaded up the all of the water tankers as I promised. I said I'd get them all loaded so that they were ready for this episode. They're ready, but the big bud has come down to the end of the field and has gotten stuck when trying to turn. Now, I don't know if it's just the fact that it's got the triple wheels on, but it's coming to the end of the fence and it's just getting caught up on the fence here. So I thought, rather than keep worrying about that, what we'll do is we're going to get another seed drill with this tractor in a minute, and we're going to drill a line up across the field on this end, and we'll do the same down the other end, and then the big bud can just sort of work between the two. And then when we got time, we'll come back through and we will do all the headlands and everything. So the big bud will do the bulk of the field anyway. So let's just get this one up to the shop a second, and then we can do get the seed drill that we want. As I said yesterday, we don't have a weekly question this week. We will come back with a weekly question next week. This week, I would just like some suggestions of things that you would like me to try here on this map. Now, this map is absolutely enormous, so there are all kinds of things that we could do on here. You know what I'm thinking? Actually, I'll tell you what, let's see how the Vulture copes with pulling the Seed Hawk and the bar here, the biggest one of the lot. So we'll buy one of these, and yep, there we go. And we'll go with the Seed Hawk cart. Yeah, we'll just go standard. Buy that one as well. And excellent. Right. So yeah, we'll try this and we'll see how this copes. It may work, it may not. I don't really know at the moment. But yes, what I want this week is I want some suggestions of different things that we can try. Now, I will be going to get our roll-in. We do have the roll-in here. It's I just haven't bought any yet. And we will be moving to using the roll-in a little bit later on. But I'd like to try a few other tractors first. You know, the roll-in is an absolutely wonderful tractor. We've done a lot of changes to that one. So it's definitely on my to-do list for bringing that one back. There's no way that we're going to abandon our precious roll-in. That tractor has served us well in Texas, and it's going to serve us well here in Australia as well. So let me just bring that one back. I'll tell you what, before we do that, we need something very important. There's something very, very important that we have to have before we can go any further. We need a weight for this tractor, and we want, obviously, the minion weight. The minion weight is the only weight that we can really, sensibly use here on this map. And right, actually, I'll tell you what, I can actually just go round in a circle. I can hook this one on, and then I can just run round in a circle, and I can get that one as well. Right, that's not quite over far enough. Bring that round a little bit more. Hopefully it will, we can hook it on. There we go. Right, now that's close enough. Okay, it's actually quite slow with this tractor, so I don't really know how well it's going to cope with pulling it. It's going to be quite interesting to find out, I think. So yes, we've got the big bud, and we're just gonna mark out a line top and bottom of that field with this seed drill. We're only gonna do it once, and we'll probably sell it. Then we are going to go back to working the pigs. Right, it doesn't even like to try to turn. It's not turning the corner very well either. It's only so tight that it can go. Wow, that is really struggling. That is genuinely struggling with all of it, isn't it? That is brilliant. Let me try pushing it sort of straight back and see if I can get that to turn around. I need to be able to get that minion weight on. If I can just get the minion weight on, I want to do it while I'm still hooked onto this thing. You know what? I'll tell you what. Let's just do it. No, wrong way. Move that one round and unhitch there. Right, so let me do it like that, and then come over and grab that one on, and then back up a little bit, and then hook on. Right, so now we've got this one hooked on, I can teleport us over to this point here. Now, this teleport mod, a couple of people have been asking me where did I get it from, so on and so forth. This one is on Modhub. It's on the in-game Modhub, and it's under the beta section. You've got to look under the beta section. Unfortunately, the beta section is quite big, so you've got to spend quite a while scrolling through all the mods. But it's definitely in there. It features a picture of the TARDIS from Doctor Who on there, so you will easily be able to identify it. And that's the one that I'm using. I'm not using anything else. I'm not using any external mod for it. It's just the one that is on Modhub, and it should be fairly straightforward to find. And that's the one. I haven't made any changes or alterations to it in any way, shape, or form. I'm just using it as it is straight off of the Modhub. So let me just wiggle this one back out of the way here a minute. I think that'd probably be far enough, because of how it's turning on the edges. So we come whizzing up here. To run faster, this is the creator tools that I'm using for this bit. And, right, I'm going to have to bring this one up round, and we got to do it with the hired help because I got no seed on board, so I can't do it myself. But first of all, we got to scroll through, and we want to get carrots because that's what we're planting. There we go, carrots. And now, I reckon if I plant it sort of from this point, that's kind of where we want to go. Around this point here. I might just have to use the big bud to do a couple of bits here. You know what? I'll tell you what. No, actually, I don't need to use the big bud. I can start from here, and I think that's far enough back that the big bud could still get a turn on... no, maybe not. Let me try straightening that one up again. We'll go round in a circle. I'm just going to whiz round in a circle again and try to get this one a little bit lined up at least, so that we can make our line across the map and sort of mark out where this big bud is going to be able to travel. I think we will try that. I'm hoping that if I just press H, it will go in a straight line up that way now, and then this little bit on the corner of the big bud will be able to deal with that itself. No, 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 no. We don't want that. Right, it's automatically putting the piece out, but I don't want it to use the AI vehicle extension for this. I want to just go for normal extension. So let me just try that. And why aren't you working? You should be working. There's nothing wrong with you here. You've got the buy everything. You should just go. I wonder if it's because the Seed Hawk is currently unfolded. Let me change that one. Fold that one back up. Is it going to fold up properly? Yes. Okay, now let me try this again. Put that one there, and I just press H normally, and is it going to go? No, it's just stopping there. It should go. It should just carry right on. Let me try moving it forward a little bit then, and see if that makes any difference. Unfortunately, the big bud might have to do a little bit of work here on the edge. Go. Go! Go, Forrest, go! Nope. Well, that's a bit strange. Unless it's because this tractor won't actually run this drill. That might actually be it. It could just be the tractor is underpowered. Let me move this tractor over here a minute, and we'll stop that one there, and then we'll get the big bud and we'll put that one on there, and we use this one instead. And then, I mean, I should be able to throw that thing around with ease with using this big bud on here. So let's just put that one there, and I'm going to go round in another complete circle with a big bud and move it so that we can sort of get a little bit closer to us where I'd like to actually start this. And I'm hoping then it will just do this one line up across with carrots. Right. Get that one on there. See, this one can drag it round, no problem at all, and it can sort of go sideways as well. The other tractor doesn't like turning with it at all. It was really, really struggling with it. So I'm thinking that maybe it's because the tractor was underpowered that the hired help said, you know what, mate, that ain't happening. Let me just swing this one over here. I reckon about there because of where it was moving on, you know, when I tried to do the first turn. So I think if we try there, is that going to work? Yes. Okay, so it was simply that the tractor was underpowered. That's fine, we can cope with that. So we want this one to go in a straight line all the way up there. And then I'm hoping that that little bit that is left over there is not going to confuse the big bud. So we've got a marker there that we know where it can come to, and that should be fine. So this little piece up on that side there, on the left now as we look at it, we can deal with that later on. And then we'll go over to the other end of the field and we will do the same down there as well. This one might take a while to get all the way down there. I'll tell you what, we don't actually need to do a huge chunk of it. We can always come back and do some more of this later on. So I'm actually going to stop right there. And I'm now going to teleport this one. It would be better if we just folded it up now, I think. I fold that one up there, and then I bring the map and make it bigger, and then I can teleport this one all the way down over to this corner, and we can do the same down here that we've just done up on this side. I'll let it finish folding up, because otherwise that might cause it to have a little bit of a hissy fit. As soon as it's done, go on, you can do this. I have complete faith in you. Right, we can jump this one down here, and Just get rid of the map a second. We start unfolding it. And we can do the same down here. So we've already got a little piece just marked where the turning point for the big bud is. So if I just make sure that I bring this line further back this way from that. Come up round here like this. That's as tight over to that side as I can get effectively. And I bring that one in. I'll put it like that, I think. If I go there, that's going to be a good distance back from the edge, so it should be all right for running up through. So if I put that one going there now, I tell you what, I'm going to leave this one to go, and it should track all the way, right the way up to the end of the field, and then we can always deal with the top end later on if we want to. I'm just going to let that one run, and we are going to go over to our... It's not that one. We want to go... Oh, it's this one. Right. We have here 300,000 litres of water on board our Kenworth. So let's see how well this one can cope with moving. It's fairly strong, I will give it that. This lorry is fairly strong. It does seem to cope all right with it. So we can run this one down towards the pigs, and we will unload this water. We've got 300,000 litres of water. I think in future, I'm going to get a bigger trailer. I'm going to modify a trailer to make it bigger, but then I'm not quite sure about that. What I might do with the water is I might just stick a placeable right next to it and do the same as we did back in Texas, where it's running into the trailer and running out of the trailer at the same time, so we can run them both simultaneously. Now, we had an issue with straw, and I've found a solution to that so that I don't have to make bales and change capacities or anything like that. And I'm quite pleased with this. It did take me a bit of... You know what? We've got a fill point right there. See that there? That little red thing sticking up? There's another fill point right there. We could have used that one. Oh well. Live and learn. Now, can we fill from outside of the pens, or do we need to go inside? I will eventually read the manual. Don't worry. I will eventually read the manual. I just haven't yet. So do I need to go into the paddock to be able to fill, or can I do it from here? It doesn't look like I can do it from here. This might not even be the right place to go. I suspect it is. I suspect that we do have to go inside to be able to do it. Right, there's no point there. So if I swing this around in a circle, and we will go back towards the actual pens themselves and see if there's anything up there. But I reckon that we're going to have to go in through that gate there and head into the pig's paddock. And because we're in Australia, I'm going to try my absolute best to remember to call it a paddock every time. Because that is what you actually... you guys in Australia actually call them, I think. Have I got that right? I'm pretty sure it's a paddock, isn't it? It's very rare that you actually refer to them as fields. It's almost certainly paddocks. Right, open that gate. There we go. And let that one open up there. Now we can leap inside and we can bring in. So we've got these labels that come up onto the trailers, and they look really cool. I really like them. It does mask our hot pink that we've got, which is a little bit disappointing. So we can come down in here. The pigs will just stay in here without any problem. And yes, there is the tip trigger. So we can tip from this point. Now, if I bring this forward enough, I might be able to unload two at once. And if you look on the side, you can see there's actually a counter on the side of these. And this is one thing I particularly like about these fuel tankers, these liquid tankers, is that they've got the quantity written on the side of each of the thingies. So I can start unloading that one. I'm actually unloading the front one, but I said unload the front one, but it's doing it to the back one. Now they're both unloading. Okay, that's better. We want both of them to unload, and they unload reasonably quickly. They're actually... Oh, no, it's not. It's not unloading the back one. I don't know, it does behave a little bit strangely sometimes, the liquids on these. But if I run forward a minute and we let that one go, I reckon if we stop unloading, it does actually flow from the other tankers and fill them back up again. I think it does. Let me just stop that a minute and see if that actually did. Because I've seen it do it before where it's filled from the other tankers, and I wasn't quite sure why it was doing that. Doesn't seem to be doing it this time. Let me run out here a minute. Okay, so we'll let that one run out. I'm going to try to change these so that they load and unload a little bit faster than what they are at the moment. That would be a bit better, unless I can get a placeable down here. But because this is actually in the pig's paddock, I got a feeling that we may not even be able to use a placeable in here. There's sort of very, very sly sort of move there on the part of Ben to stop us from being able to do this little cheat that we like to use, which speeds things up a bit. Now, we've got a pig food silo there. Storage for straw, maize, wheat, barley, rape, sunflower, soybean, potato, sugar beet, and pig food. So it's not actually... I want one of those buy points. I want one of these. I want a solid, one of those there that we can buy pig food from. That would make life a little bit easier. But for now, let's try buying a fire hydrant. And no, it cannot be placed. Oh, I can place it in here. And that might be close enough. If I can put it there, maybe I can put it on this side. Ooh, nice. I can place this fire hydrant right down here, right next to the water trough. So we can actually do that. Excellent. Okay, that's the water taken care of. We're not going to need to worry about the water now. Let me jump back into the truck a minute. Oh, I'll tell you what. No, we do need to just very quickly check on our big bud and see if it's close to the end. It's actually getting very close to the end of the field here. So if we just go back to this one and we'll pull forward a little bit and unload the next truck. There. And we'll keep doing this a second. I want to go through to the pigs and take a look. So we've got 40,000. We'll use all the 300,000 now. As I said before, we're going to be increasing the number of pigs, so we don't need to worry about that. And now let's go back through to the big bud. Right, I will watch this one down to the end of the field, and then I can teleport it back up to the other end, and we can just finish marking out that. Then we should be able to let the big bud carry on and do its thing. He's just approaching the end of the field now. Hopefully he's going to stop. Right, that's good enough for me. We will now leap it back up to the other end of the field like an elegant gazelle, throwing itself right the way back up across. Now, unfortunately, we've got this kind of step here, so we're going to have to kind of nurse this twice. So I reckon if I drop this one down over here, we can go back to the bit that we were on, and then we can go from there. We can wait for it to get up to the other one. I'm waiting for that one is the one that I want, and I can start unfolding it. So if I spin this one round, I'm going to finish marking this out today, because then we can put the big bud back with the little seed drill, and we can just leave it going. We're not going to have to worry about that one again. And then much later in the series, we'll be coming back to harvest these carrots that it is so diligently planting for us. And then after we've done that, I mean, we are going to go and plant some other stuff as well. There's other crops and stuff that I would like to make sure that we get involved with. So let me just stop that one right there, and away you go. Now, you do have to remember, if you're using this map, there is a version 2 coming out where the ground level, rather than being dead flat like this, is very ever so slightly undulating. They're adding that in as we speak, because a few people have said that yes, it is flat, but it's not absolutely dead flat. So I mean, you're probably not really going to notice it in a lot of places, but there's a few little tweaks and textures like that being added into it, which are going to just sort of add to the realism of this map. No, the fences, collisions are not being removed. I'm really delighted to say I love the fact that we've got the collisions on here. It really adds to the challenge. They're making the gates wider. They're definitely making the gates wider so that we can fit in with all the machinery. Now, we do have this issue where if you point towards the center of the map, you will get some lag. And you can see my frame rate there drops to about 40 to 45 when I'm looking towards the middle of the map. If I'm looking anywhere else, if I'm looking anywhere on the outside of the map, I stay at a fairly solid 60 frames a second. It's only when I'm facing in towards the top, or if I'm up in the town, that I get this issue. So, there's a little bit of a bit of grass there. Not that that's going to cause us any problems. So, I'm going to let this one get down to the end down there, and I'm also going to finish unloading that tanker, because we need to get some straw in for the pigs, so we're going to have to buy a few bales. Right, that's the first bit. It's just approaching the end now. It'll stop any second, and then I can just shift it just up there a little bit so that we can do the rest of this side. And that one's going to stop there. Let me just press H, and I can whiz this one down here so that we can just mark out this last little bit, and then as soon as we've done that, we can come back and we can start running the machine with the actual seed drill that we want to use, the full-sized one. Well, not quite full-sized. I think it's got. I'm going to be absolutely gobsmacked if it does actually finish the job before we leave this map. Now, I actually think I want a little bit further over than this. I think that we're about 1.5 times the width. So I want to come down, I would say, to about that point there. would be a little bit better. And I'll bring it over. I'm going to go sort of in line with the edge of the fence there, I think. Move it on a little bit. And about there, I'd say, would be not far off. So let's try that. That'll straighten itself up. Excellent. So we can do this little bit here. And just on the edge of this, I'm getting 60 frames. It's only when I'm looking right dead into the center of that it does drop. And at the moment, it's not dropping. Oh, it's dropping when I look up there. Oh, maybe it's not the center of the map. Maybe it's because I'm looking towards where the town is. Because, I mean, you look, the town is up there. So if I'm facing sort of that way, that's where it is. If I'm looking this way, yeah, it's jumping back up again. It's all right. So maybe it's the actual town and not the center of the map. Could well be. Right, I will finish doing this bit and then we can get this one going and we can start buying some bales. Yeah, it is definitely the town that is causing the slight frame rate drop. The center, I mean, the center is like 3 or 4 frames, but that's nothing. I mean, it is only dropping it to like 45 frames a second, so it's still pretty good. I'd say that we can't really complain about that very much. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this seed drill over here, and we can always come back and we can get another tractor on that later on and do something with it, just to sort of tidy things up. But for now, we can drop that one off right there, and then we're going to leap the big bud back over into this corner just here. There we go. Let's move the map out of the way. If we get that one back on, now I'm hoping that voucher, actually I'm going to have to move that voucher, aren't I? I'll shift the voucher out of the way as well. And where we've got the mark for where it tried to turn around, I'm really hoping that this is going to work. We should be able to send this one back up across the field, and it should carry right on with all of the planting, and then be able to also turn properly at the ends of the fields. And that is down, I'm pretty certain that's down to the triple wheels, but I want to run this one with the triple wheels, so we will keep those triples on there. And is that going to be far enough over? I'm hoping that is far enough over. He's going to straighten up, and is he going to take a full bite? Yep. We've got a full bite on there, and he's planting carrots again, so that one, that is going to take such a long time. I mean, you've seen how long it took to get from one side of the field to the other. Not one end, all the way down here. We can't even see the end of the field. It's ridiculous. Oh, I love this map. This is going to be so much fun. Right, so we'll let that one carry on there, and I've got this one has just got 60,000 litres left in the last trailer, so we can just get that one unloading, and then I'm going to park this up outside. 300,000 litres of water for 5,000 pigs is not actually that far off. I was quite surprised. You take a look here. It is almost full. It's not. I don't think that it's going to fill it right up. I think it's going to need a bit more than 300,000 litres, but it's pretty darn close. So we've already got a bit of manure here growing, and the water should now give us a little bit of productivity as well. The idea is we want to get this up to 100%. Now, we will eventually have some of the crops here. I don't know if the extra crops on the map can be fed to the animals. I don't know if we could, like, give them carrots and triticale and stuff like that. It may very well be addressed in the manual. I'm not sure. I haven't actually read it yet. Shame on me. I know. I really should read it. And I do intend to, but I just got so little time at the moment. Hopefully next week I'll have a bit more time. But next thing we're going to do is we're going to get some straw today. And then next week we're going to come back and we will get pig food. I think we're just going to go for pig food to start with. And so we can load them up. And we'll put as much pig food in as we possibly can. And then our next task, I'm thinking, will be to grow some stuff on here. We're going to grow some... I really like barley. I really want to go for barley. Maybe we'll do something else, but at the moment my plan is to grow some barley and some canola. Actually, we'll go barley, we'll go soybeans, and oh yeah, and we do need corn anyway. But yeah, we'll do all three of them, and we'll do them fairly close by. I'm thinking that maybe we could do the whole of Field 6 with corn, and we could do Field 2, and Field 3 up there is already in wheat, so that one's pretty much good to go. So we do have a number of different crops here ready. We've got the carrots being planted up through here, which is absolutely brilliant. Look at that one. He's motoring away. He's still going, but it's very slow moving, isn't it? That is very slow moving. Is he actually moving at all? Yes, he is. You zoom in, you can just make out that it's brilliant. I love it. So I think maybe if we put corn in field 6, we've got some. There is some wheat up there in field 3. We could go and buy that one, and that's sort of close-ish by that we can go and do that. And then we would put, I don't know, beans in here somewhere, maybe in field 7 or field 5, something like that. So we'll have them close by, and we can then use them. The other thing that we're going to want to do is, well, we are going to want to increase the number of pigs that we have, but we can sort of deal with that later on. And we quite a lot of people have said they want me to get cattle or sheep because this is Australia, and you're more likely to get cattle or sheep here in Australia than you are the other two, than you are pigs. So there's something else that we're going to look at later on. Now, the cotton there, we do need to get that. So I'm thinking that if we just, first of all, we'll jump out of here. We will move this one out of the field. I forgot to check how much water we've got. They've already used a little bit of water on there, but we've maxed out the water, and it is pretty much full. Although the actual, I mean, we've got no water on board, but it's saying that they've used up a little bit, but it is pretty much full. So 300,000 litres of water is about it. So, I mean, you could sort of do this without having to put the whole tank thing in there, but as I'm planning to go for 25,000 pigs in total, yeah, we'll probably be glad of that. We'll be very, very glad of that. So I'm going to bring this one out here, and we're going to park this one up. I'm going to get a different lorry to bring the straw down, which is going to be the last thing that we do today. I'll leave that gate for a minute. We'll just say that we've got an electric fence going across there. Now, I want to come across here, and what did I want on here? Oh, no, I just want to look at this. I just want the map to load up so that then we can teleport up here to field 4. And we're going to buy this one straight away, so there's no danger of the farm. I don't know if the farmer would harvest this, but I don't want the farmer to be harvesting any of this at all himself. I want to buy it. So that's a measly $23 million. There's no mission available on it, but if we buy that, so we've got the cotton, so that it doesn't like disappear. We've got the cotton there as ready, and we can come and harvest that as and when we're ready to do so. Next task that we want to do is we want to go back to the shop, and we are going to buy a different truck. We're going to get, where is it? That one right there. Select, and what color should we go for today? I'm thinking we will go for, you know, I've got absolutely no idea. We could go for purple. Although a lot of people complain when I get purple. I know, we'll go for the green, like that. And then we'll go for red on the rims. So it's kind of like a class kind of colours. Plus a trailer hitch, wheel setup. We'll go for wide tyres on those as well. Let's get that one. And then I also want a trailer. I'm going to need, where is it? It's in baling technology. I'm going to want the auto-load trailer. I'm only going to get the one. I don't need any more than that, because I have been tinkering with the buy bales mod. So we want wide tyres, and I want a trailer hitch on the back. Buy. Right. Now, I've been having a little play around with the buy bales mod, and what I've done, no, it's not on placeables, it's on pallets. What I've done is you've got the standard bales here, you've got straw bales and hay bales and silage bales, and then I've got big straw bales. Now, these square ones are all set to 1 million litres each, and the big straw round bales are set to 4 million litres each. Those are for when we move on to cattle. And so, I figured 4 million is actually the best because of the feeder that I'd like to use. So round bales are for cattle, and the square bales are for pigs. I mean, yeah, I've set those to 1 million as well. So we've got 1 million litres on each of those, 4 million on each of those, and I've got the silage bales as well. I've also added in another file. Took me quite a while, but I finally figured out how to do it. So we do actually have grass bales. I can buy grass bales straight from the shop at 4 million litres per bale. No picture on them. I can live with that. I did everything else. I wasn't about to make a picture for it as well. I'm quite pleased with myself to be able to do that, to be fair. I really didn't think that I'd be able to do it. So I want to come down here, and I want to get these. We're going to go for the 1 million litre ones. I'm going to get 1, 2, 3 stacks of these, I think. And I think that is a full trailer load. So we'll pop through there, and we go to this one. Now, you can see we've got it's the Go Wild mod, I think it is, and that'll actually tell you. So you can see we've got 1 million litre bales. They are only 300 kilos. It's 1 million litres and it's 300 kilos. It doesn't seem very heavy, to be fair, does it? That doesn't seem very heavy at all for 1 million litres of straw. Why is the trailer that colour? I don't remember colouring the trailer that colour. Is that like a standard thing for this map? The trailer would come out that colour, because I thought the trailer was green, unless, oh no, hang on, that's the one from the mod. The mod pack, I copied and dropped the mod pack straight in here. I didn't have the UAL one from Modhub is not the one that I've got here. I've overwritten the one with the one that they added to the mod pack. So they've actually changed the color of it. That's actually really cool. I really like that. Because it's not an option when you buy it, and I don't think there's another one in here. Transport Runner UAL. Oh, that's a small one. That one there. That's a smaller one, I think. Yes, that's a stubby one, and those Joskin trailers there are auto-load trailers. There's a link in the description for those, by the way. Yeah, so that's the one that is from the shop, and yeah, so there's nothing extra on it. So they've actually recolored it to match the toll package as well. That's actually really good. I really like that. I'm really pleased that they've done that. It's brilliant. We're on square bales, so we can... Nope, actually, I've just changed it now off of square bales. I didn't mean to do that. Pallets, big bales... Bigger bale, pallets, square bales, that's what I want. Press X to start loading. There we go. Now, if I can bring this one round, I think that 3 stacks is a full trailer. I'm hoping that's the case. Is it? No, it's not, because we can... Well, you can get another 6 bales on the back, but I don't think we're going to need another 6 bales. Each of these is 1 million litres, so we got 24 million litres of straw right here. I think that's probably going to be enough. Now... Question, do I try to teleport it like this, or do I try to teleport it with straps on? I think if you teleport with straps, it would work. If I teleport with the straps off, it wouldn't. I think I can teleport it like this, and it will work as well. So we're going to try and teleport it like this and hope that this works, and it doesn't make everything go hopelessly pear-shaped. That would be really bad at the moment. So I'm going to... Actually, I'm going to drop it in up here, because I want to do a speed test. Actually, no, let me drop it in here. Can I get this accurate enough? No, I can't do it like that. To drop it actually on the road. Or is it going to go onto the fence? Let's try it. Right, so it unloads and it drops everything hopelessly onto the floor. So I need to start loading again. Nope, that's not loading. Now what's going on? I'm stuck. And let me make the map smaller a minute. Maybe that'll help. There we go. So now if I go to work position. No. Fasten tension belts. Unload. Right, work position, unload. Right, it's saying unload. Oh, I see. It's kind of glitched it. So if I unload and then I can load them back up again, I've got most of them. Can I get that other bale? Actually, I might be able to drag this one off of the fence just as it is, and then I can hopefully load in that last bale. So, by moving it while it was still in the loaded position, what it's actually done was it stayed loaded, but it still dropped the bales in a very weird fashion. So, the lesson to be learned there, let's not do that again. Unless, of course, we can do it so that we're not teleporting on top of a fence. I think probably teleporting on top of the fence didn't help matters. But is that close enough? Yeah, there we go. So, I can load that one on there, I can stop, and... I'm going to unload onto the trailer, like that, and I'm going to put the straps on, so we've got it there. Oh, they've got extra straps on there, compared to what it was as well. Right, never mind that. Let's see what my lorry here is. No, that's only 83 kilometers an hour. I thought that I'd increased this one. Could have sworn that I increased this one. Nope, I didn't increase this one, so this is a slow, steady creature. I could have sworn I had one that I'd increased the speed by a long way. Maybe I did that with another one. Let me just check these trucks a minute and see what we've got here. This one here, that's 450. I could have sworn I had. Maybe I overwrote it and got rid of the one that I changed. I could very well have done that. Let me just get this one a second and engine. Yeah, I don't think I'd changed very much. I'm going to put a rear attacher on there a minute and I'll buy that one. But I don't think I changed this one. I didn't like this truck very much. I didn't like the skin of it, so I didn't do any... Yeah, that one's not changed either. But I didn't particularly like this lorry. I didn't get on very well with it, and it certainly wasn't a favourite. So that's why I ended up getting rid of that one. So I'm going to get rid of that one again now. And... it looks like what we're actually going to do is I'm going to have to go and change it again myself. So if I sell that one a second, okay, and then back up from here, go back to this one, and we're going to teleport this one again, this time with the straps. So this could be interesting, whether this is going to work very well. I'm going to drop it into the middle of the pig paddock over here, and then we're not going to have to go very far. Well, that didn't work very well. we kind of left the load behind. Okay, so you can't do it with straps. That definitely doesn't work. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Is that, maybe it has worked. Maybe I've dropped it all into the pigs. Let me see. Now I'm really confused because it's looking like there's straw. No, there's no straw there. We definitely didn't do that. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, so we left all the straw behind, and so we've got to go back and we've got to get it. So I'm going to try and drop this one in between the two yet again. Is this going to work? I want to try and put it about here, I think. Wrong side of the fence. There's the bales. Just the wrong side of the fence. Ooh, that was close. That was very, very close, actually. I'm quite impressed about just how close I managed to get that. So I want to just try going... Oh, nope. Move that up a little tiny bit. Too far. There. Nope, too far. I went the wrong way. I want to come... Nope. This is brilliant. I did it! I did it! Yes, I did it. And I got no bales here. I've only got one stack of bales, so it looks like the rest of the bales have just vanished. This isn't very good. Okay, so this is a bit of a disaster at the moment. Oh no, they've come back. They've returned. Excellent. Let's see if we can get them all loaded on. And then I'm going to try and teleport them again, and this time I'm really hoping that it actually works and we don't lose a whole lot. Right. We now have them on here. I'm going to stop the loading process so they're just on there and they're not being loaded. And we're going to run one more teleport. We're going to go here and we're going to go to this end inside the pig paddock. It worked! Yes! We've done it. We have been successful. I apologise if I just busted your headphones, if you're listening on headphones, ladies and gentlemen. I got a little bit carried away there. Right, they are slightly out of line here, but they're on the trailer. This is important. Oh no, they're now sort of, they're leveling themselves out a bit. They're catching up. Let's go to this. So we're in work position. We can unload. So let's unload onto the trailer. And I'm not going to strap them on for a minute. I think that we just drive straight through the middle here, and we should be able to drop some bales right in for the pigs. 1 million litres apiece. So eventually we managed to get the straw down here. No, it doesn't appear that it's doing it here. I mean, I would guess that this is the location that we've got to put it, because this is where the bedding is. So what we'll do is we will load them back onto the lorry, and then we will put them down onto the side like that. If I press Y now... Okay, this is not where we put the straw. So where do I put the straw? Nope, I don't want to do that. Let me go... Right, so there's definitely no straw in here yet. If I... load them back on. I'm going to try driving around. I suspect that there's straw. I know that they haven't painted... Ben's deliberately not painted triggers all over the map, because it makes it a lot more realistic. You do need to read the manuals to be able to find out where all the triggers are. And that does add to the challenge of this map. Now, I know that the pigs are here. So we've got a bit of a muddy area over this side. There's bedding there. I mean, I wouldn't have thought that it would be too far over. I wouldn't have thought that it would be near the food. Those bales are sort of sliding around a little bit. I will actually have to read the manual, I think. To be able to find out this one properly, I think I am actually going to have to read the manual. So I will drop these bales in next week, as I don't seem to be able to find the right location for them at the moment. They're doing fairly well, considering that they're not strapped on at the moment. Let me try one more thing. I'm just going to put them over this side. I reckon... Where might we be able to do this? I'm going to try right here a second, and I'll stop loading and then load them onto the floor. No. Didn't like that. Move back up again. I've got a pig on the trailer. I wonder if I could actually, like, carry him away. I know that you can get them up onto the trailers, but I don't know if you can do anything else with them. One last attempt. We will bring... Actually, there's two last attempts. We're just going to bring them over near the food and see if that does it. I very much doubt that it's going to be on the food trough. Let me stop loading there and unload onto the trailer. That's not going to do it. So we'll go load, and then we'll put them onto the feed trough. Nope, that's not going to do it either. So last attempt. before I give up and I say, you know what, I'm actually going to read the manual ready for next week, I'm going to do a little bit of preparation work. Because, you know, probably I should have done. If you enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. We'll just attempt to put the straw down over here somewhere. I can't see this is going to be very much different, to be fair. Let me unload. No, hang on. I want work position there. And then unload onto the trailer. Right, it doesn't seem to have worked. I'm going to just leave this right here, and we'll come back to this next week when I've found where the actual triggers are, which would probably make it a vast difference to how we do things. It might be that we can't just put the bales in. It might be that we've got to blow the straw in, because they do sometimes do that. There are, like the Dowland Farm map. You can't just drop bales of straw in on the Dowland Farm map. No. They've made it a bit more difficult. They've made it a bit more of a challenge. No, what you've actually got to do with the Dowland map, the Dowland Farm, is you have... Oh, he's been up and he's turned around event free and he's on his way back through. Excellent. So we now have the big bud able to work properly. But yes, the pigs, they might just be that you can't put bales in. You've got to put it through the straw blower first. If that's the case, we'll have to go and get a straw blower and we'll start blasting straw in there next week. Until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye and see you later.